Hello students, my name is Laura Antunes and in partnership with the Division of Multilingual Learners, today I am going to guide you through the game Angel Breed, and this belongs to Unit 6 on Genetics and Biotechnology, and this is day 16. Let's begin. Before we start playing, let's go over some of the main features of this game. So the goal in here is to simulate selective breeding through an interactive game called Angel Breed. In this game, you are going to be breeding fictional angelfish that have different traits. And those traits are going to have different monetary values. And your final goal is to selective breed fish for high value traits. So in other words, you need to focus on the traits that are going to give you the highest amount of money. Okay. And you need to do this for 20 generations. Basic features in here are music and information with all the instructions. You can share on Facebook and you can begin whenever you are ready. Let's go to the main screen on the game. Whenever you start playing, you're going to see a screen like this one. This is the total number of fish that you have in your tank, and this is the genetic value that those fish have. Remember, the higher the genetic value, the better you're going to do in the game. These are the current generations that you are breeding. So this is 5 out of 20. To complete the game, you need to breed fish 20 times. And this is your total amount of coins in your piggy bank. You can come back to the main menu right here. And this is a very important part of the screen. Right here on the left, you can check the genetic values. My advice is for you to check at the beginning of the game just to make sure that you are picking the genetic values that are associated with the highest economic value. And you have the genotype. Remember that the genotype is an organism set of genes. And also remember that the genes take part in determining the characteristics that are observable, and that is called the phenotype. And that includes the color of your hair, the color of your eyes, how tall you are. And fish are not different from us. So you are going to focus on 3 different characteristics that you can see right here. Number 1 is the veil. Number 2 is the stripes of the fish, how big they are, how thick they are, if they are black, if they are not black. And the next one is the overall color of the fish. You have the 3 types of genotype in here, and the game is going to start slowly by slowly, showing the veil, then showing the color, and then showing the stripes. So it's going to be very easy for you if you follow along. Then you have the genetic value right here, and then you can decide if you want to breed the fish or you want to sell the fish. One tip for this game is to breed fish that have that high genetic value, because those are going to give you the more coins. Let's keep going. Once you have completed 20 generations, then the game is over and you need to answer to these 2 questions. Number 1, you need to give us the final score, which is the sum of your genetic value plus the coins that you have in your piggy bank. That's the final score that we have in here. For example, it can be 2,639. Let's see if you can do better. And number 2, you need to describe 3 ways that the types of fish in your tank changed over 20 generations of breeding. You are going to realize how you are going to start with one type of fish and you're probably going to finish with another. It's going to be really cool. Let's start the game. Okay, here we are, and the game starts with a tutorial that I think is fantastic to get you used to the features of the game. So the first thing that you are going to do to practice is you are going to breed these 2 fish that you have right here. I'm going to breed this fish that has a genetic value of 15, and has generic information that represents plus plus in color, zebra is plus plus, and veil is V plus. I can check the genetic values of the fish and find out which ones are the characteristics that are going to give me more money for the fish that I'm going to start breeding. All right, so I can choose and pick those characteristics, and that way I can make tons of money, which is the objective, the final goal of the game. All right. So going back to the tank, let's breed these two fish that I have in here to practice. Very important. You can take a test in here if you would like to pay 20 coins just to make sure that you understand the rules of genetics. So of course, if I have plus and plus for color in both fish, I'm going to have 100 possibilities of the offsprings of this fish to have that trait in color, right? When it comes to color. If I do focus on veil, which is a little bit different, using the rules of statistics, I will have 50% of probabilities to get a plus and a plus, because this plus is going to join this other plus, or this plus is going to join the second plus from the parent. And with V is going to be the same thing. So now that I have my possibilities in mind, I'm going to breed these two fish. So I'll breed them, and their program is going to select. The program is going to select 3 random fish for me that, I was not super happy with genetics this time. I only had 1 fish that has a value of 15. No worries, because I can continue. And the program is telling me that different colored fishes with different colors are available in the store. I can read in here to know more about genetics. Just as you saw with veil, different combinations of these alleles, genotypes, can create different appearances, phenotypes. Gold is the only allele that is recessive. So to obtain a gold-colored fish, you need to have 2 copies of the G is right here, allele present. So all the rest of them are not recessive or dominant, but G is recessive. So keep that in mind. All right. So it says in here, combinations of all other alleles. It shows codominance. All right. Despite giving rise to odd mixtures in appearance, the genotypes behave as usual. In a Punnett square, using the test breeding feature will tell you how many of each you may obtain. So don't be scared and use your genetic test as often as you can. Let's go to the shop and let's practice with, let's get this fish, for instance, because I like that it has VV and GM, and I'm going to buy it for 35 coins. Back to my tank, and I'm going to breed this fish with one of the fishes that has a value of 15, all right? And let's see what happens. I can do a test if I want, and now the possibilities are going to be interesting, because this GM is gonna either partner with this plus, or this GM is going to partner with this plus, and therefore my offsprings, they are going to look the same in terms of color, but they are not going to look the same in terms of the veil. All right, let's see what happens. Let's breed these 2 fish, and I will obtain 3 random fishes from the pool. And here we have them. All right, I obtained 2 fishes now. I obtained 2 fish that have a value of 60. All right, so you see how my tank is changing little by little. I can decide to just sell some of the fishes that I'm not using and I don't want to breed, and I can get rid of them, so I have more space in my tank to keep buying more of these fishes. All right. Okay, so don't forget to check genetic values from time to time, and don't forget to check your genetic test. So in that way, you're making sure that the fishes that you get at the end are have the highest genetic value as possible. Enjoy the game, and see you in the next video. Thank you.